smooth way to pull that out. Hope people can hear me. I'm using a new streaming service, I guess. Um, because Twitch Studio is no longer with us. I'm gonna pull up on my phone and it's gonna be a little dated, but I'm gonna try and listen to myself and see how it's going because again, this is a new service that I'm using for doing these streams, so I just want to make sure that this is okay. Yeah, okay. My audio's sounding good, at least from this perspective, so that's good. But yeah, last time I streamed was in April, and then I had my study abroad, so I haven't been able to stream for the past couple of months. And in that time, Twitch Studio suspended their services, which is really devastating because that's what I've been using for the past like 2 to 3 years that I've been streaming. So I was gonna try and stream a couple of days ago, but then I was going on Twitch Studio and they were like, actually, we don't offer support anymore. So I kind of was messing around between Streamlabs and OBS, deciding which one I wanted to go to. And we're going through with Streamlabs right now. When I first started streaming a couple of years ago, I had tried Streamlabs or OBS before coming across Twitch Studio. OBS at the time interface was extremely not user friendly, and then Streamlabs just didn't have a lot of options for me like Twitch Studio does. And going into Streamlabs and OBS this year, OBS still has a little bit of a learning curve, but compared to 2 years ago, its user interface is so much more friendly, and a little bit easier to understand, though that may just come from my understanding of Twitch Studio that I've accumulated over the past couple of years. But I've decided on Streamlabs because I couldn't find a clear way to link um, Twitch stuff with OBS. So Streamlabs is gonna be the one for me, who is still a little noob. And I wonder if this works, if y'all will see this, but it also lets me, because unlike OBS, or maybe OBS has this and I wasn't able to figure it out when I was messing around with it, I can test my widget. So if you see that, guys, if you follow, get a little penguin dance. Um, but yeah, and I couldn't figure out how to set that up with OBS. So with this week, I hope to stream 3 times this week and within the next 7 days to make up for May, April, and then of course having the July stream, because if you're new around here, I try to stream at least once a month. That has kind of been my goal for this year after not being able to stream like whatsoever in 2023. Today we will be playing Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth. If you haven't heard of this, this is an adventure indie game based off of the book series The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I have the Steam page pulled up right here, and it says, based on Ken Follett's world bestseller, The Pillars of the Earth retells the story of the village of Kingsbridge in a whole new interactive way. Play as Jack, Ileana, and Philip and change the events of the book through exploration, decision-making, and dialogues. 12th century England, in a time of great poverty and war, a small town begins the construction of a cathedral to claim wealth and security for its people. And then all of this fun stuff. So it's an adventure indie story game. It has 3 sections, and each section has several chapters. So it's probably going to take us a couple of streams to get through, but I have no idea how long each chapter takes. So we'll find out. With that being said, again, if you're new around here, please use the links in my Twitch channel. That will take you to the VODs channel where you can see this being uploaded on YouTube. If for some reason you missed any part of the stream and want to return to it, I also have links to my Instagram and other ways that you can help me out and keep track of what I am doing. Oh, that was the wrong screen. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I'm still getting used to the new setup. So this is a little bit of a guinea pig moment. But here's the main screen. Please let me know if any of audios aren't working. I have it pulled up on my phone, so hopefully I'll catch anything if it starts to give us trouble. But yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it. We're gonna start the book, start a new game. Yes, please. I do have my handy dandy controller, so we're gonna play the tutorial. Um, yeah, let's try this out. Hopefully everything is good. Current location, cathedral. Okay. Press LS and RT to move faster. To think about an object, press X multiple times. Masterfully crafted. Sally knows what she's doing. Strange when your children surpass you. It must be. To see all objects and characters and exits you can interact with, hold LT. Oh, okay, so it's giving us a little guide, which is nice. Press A to interact. Tools. Fantastic. Hold RS to open your inventory, rotate. Okay, so we have 6 slots in our inventory. Tools are now equipped. You can see them on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. To use them nearby, press Y. Okay. I will say there's not a lot of game audio going on right now. There's some sound effects. Okay, great. I just heard them come through. So hopefully that is good. I'm turning off that from my side of things. Talk to Sally. Okay, Sally. Wave cough. Use LS to highlight and then press A. Okay. So that way you're not accidentally just clicking something. That sounds good. You want to stay silent, wait for the timer to run out. Hi, daughter. Want to come with me? I don't know what we're about to do, but okay, that's interesting. We have timed responses, so that means there's going to be situations where we have to make a snap decision. When an arrow appears like this, press A to explore another area. Sounds good. Also, the game's strangely silent even on my end, so there are no sound issues yet. As far as I'm aware. The game is just eerily quiet, in a sense, which is interesting. I did turn down game audio a little bit, but subtitles should be on as well.
This should do. How do you feel?
Oh, can't complain. After all, there's a cozy tree in my back.
I promise, this will be the last fire. After tonight, it won't be trees anymore, but walls and a roof. In Shiring, I will find a job.
What if the bishop wants to hire you for life? To keep his palace in shape?
Testing.
Maybe strengthen the town's defenses? Plain things, Tom Builder. Just walls and roofs.
There. Took me a lifetime to find some dry ones in this wet.
Snarky little guy.
Why didn't we just use your staff? That old thing would have done nicely.
Because that thing is precious. It's not made to burn.
You're like the old man.
And we might be able to sell it. Right, now let's see if this does the trick.
Oh, my turn now.
Yeah, should be dry enough.
I told you. Hurry up, I'm freezing.
Oh, I have to hold it. Oh, wait, do I have to open my inventory?
Whew. Oh,
Violet,
come closer,
yes.
dear. I'll keep you warm.
Flint. Okay, now. I use Y. Okay. I'm getting the hang of it, guys. I swear.
Martha, you want to cut up some turnips? We'll be making soup.
If it helps.
Alfred, you go and look for water.
We could just eat snow.
No, it'll be proper water for my family.
Damn, Tom.
You sit, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, he's on the fireplace.
You still haven't answered my question, Tom Builder. What if the bishop offered you a job like they did in Exeter? Something that is beneath your craft, but pays for a lifetime. Easy work.
Well, building something is never easy.
You know what I mean. After Exeter, you said I could create something that matters, something that stands for eternity, or I could die setting up houses and sheds. But what if houses and sheds would feed your family? Would you stay this time, or would you keep on looking?
I'm a family man.
I'd be glad to stay.
Would you now? Just promise me you'll think about it.
A clue. Fantastic. Clues work like items. Use them on your characters to talk about them, and use them on objects to ponder how the clue and the
Maybe we
object
can sell the baby.
Alfred!
I'm joking. Don't listen to
them on
me.
characters to talk about them. Okay.
Alfred,
What? Aren't you supposed to get water? I am not keen on eating rotten leaves tonight.
Alfred!
don't mind him, dear. Boys must act tough if they want to get by.
That's
Is
not the
that
reason I was
so?
going for. I was going for the fact that this is a tough situation, okay?
Did you see a river nearby?
No, it's just woods.
Oh, okay. Goddamn.
Stupid snow. Why did it have to come down just now?
Should never have left.
Well, we're here now. Guess there's no use complaining. Aren't you forgetting something? Or are you planning to carry the water with your bare hands?
Whoops. Thanks, Agnes. Where we got a bucket?
Hungry?
I'm
Okay.
fine.
Once I've found some, that's where it'll go.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to the fucking fireplace. I want to talk to her wife. Said we were forgetting something.
I'll be right back.
I know.
I like Salisbury. I wish we had stayed.
They had no work for your father.
So what? I can work.
You're a mason, just like Tom. If he can't find work, you can't either.
Where the heck is this?
Can you see the sun yet?
No, but Martha,
Don't distract me. I'm working.
Where's this hole? Farewell gift in Exeter. Okay.
it's just a staff, not...
Did I press? Okay. Understood.
Can I get a job when we arrive in Shiring?
You're a little girl.
No.
You can all
You're
help.
right.
We'll get through this together. Just don't stroll too far.
Yeah, where's this whole thing about? You want me
Once
to...
I've found some.
You said I'm forgetting something. Where's the thing? Can you...
Just don't stroll too far.
I pressed a different button, guys. So... Oh, hey, there's a bucket. Sorry, you were probably screaming at me about that. Well... There we go. Now we can go look for water. I'm so silly. Into the forest. Deep in the woods. Hey, we could...
That should be enough. I just need to break the ice.
Okay, so...
Too hard for my fist, but my pot should break it.
Yeah, so use the pot. I think I had the wrong button.
Houses and sheds. Walls and roofs. Oh. I'd be glad. I should be glad.
Oh. This art style is very nice.
Tom, what's keeping you?
This is interesting. This feels... I don't know, just the way that the rocks are formed. Interesting. There we go. There's some water, family.
And did you think about what I asked you?
I might never build a cathedral.
Is that so bad?
Why is a cathedral so special?
God.
Well, you've seen a few. You should know.
Yes, but there are so many already. Why do you have to build another one? Is it because God needs more houses?
Real.
May I?
If you must.
Well. Actually, a cathedral isn't so different from any other house. It always starts simple, with some walls.
And on top of that, you put a roof.
Very good. A roof to keep off the rain, and walls to keep up the roof. Together that makes one big, long, but dark room. Like a cave.
Like how the background's changing to like match what he's talking about. It's fun. Putting windows.
So of course you may want some light coming in.
Windows.
The Gothic church.
Right.
Where it's all about light.
So the people inside can see what they're doing.
I think you forgot something. People can't get in if there are only walls.
It's true. It's true, Martha.
So, what do you suggest?
Doors, of course.
Right. And not only doors, but a big and impressive one to let in as many people as possible. By now, we've carved quite a few holes in our cathedral. Unfortunately, not every building can carry a roof like that and have so many windows.
So what do we do?
Good and solid work. That's what we do. If we don't want our cave to collapse, we have to make everything perfect. Not only strong, but consistent and perfectly even. The walls, the roof, the windows, everything perfectly proportioned.
You shouldn't say big words like proportioned when talking to a child.
What does it mean?
It means beauty. Well, it means not only will it keep them dry, it will give them hope. Agnes?
Mama?
Better not be going to labor right now, lady. Oh, shit.
The baby is coming.
But it's not due. Have your waters broken yet?
Soon after we started walking this morning.
You should have told me.
I'm so tired. I don't believe I can bring it into the world.
Well, look at all the blood.
She's gonna die, ain't she?
Let me cover you. Children,
Alfred, take care of your
Alfred.
sister.
Take care of your little sister.
I'm fine. Take care of Mama instead.
Get more water. Take snow if you must and make it warm.
Right.
What can I do?
Warm water will help.
Collect some reeds and make me 2 lengths of string, each big enough for a necklace.
What for?
You'll see.
What about the people who've never need to help?
Right, what can I do to help?
Stay with me.
Easy.
Remember when Martha was born and the Lady Isabella acted as midwife?
You were building a chapel. And you asked her to send her maid to fetch the midwife from the village.
Yeah, and she said, that drunken old witch won't let her deliver her literal wolfhound pups. And she took us to our own chamber. And poor Lord Robert could not go to bed until Martha was born.
The water's warm now.
Put it next to me.
I'm gonna hold her.
Oh, your hands are cold.
Yeah, I could warm them for you.
No. Stay here. Please.
Ah, shit. Okay.
What else can I do?
Just stay with me.
Okay. Well,
It's not long now. Be ready.
okay. Be ready. I have to hold her with cold hands then. Even if they're cold.
I'm here with you.
I know.
Alfred. Go and collect more wood. Let's have a bigger fire.
More wood?
Do what your father tells you.
Yes, Mother.
It's coming. Help me, Tom.
Okay, but
It's coming.
I can see it.
please don't make me try and help. Because I swear, I will suck at all of, like, the green things that have
It looks horrible.
He's perfect.
Martha,
A perfect boy.
you tell him.
You're still bleeding.
It's all right. It will stop soon.
Damn, Agnes. Trooper.
Tom,
Yes?
thank you for being my midwife. Do you remember the night I came to you? In your lodge? When you were working on my father's church?
Of course. How could I ever forget?
I never regretted giving myself to you. Never, for one moment. Every time I think of that night, I feel so glad.
Me too.
I hope you build your cathedral.
I thought you were against it.
I was. But I was wrong. You deserve something beautiful.
You're beautiful, Agnes.
Build a beautiful cathedral. For me.
Those are dying words. I don't like this. No.
Papa, what's wrong with her face?
Agnes.
Uh-oh.
Agnes, wake up.
Oh, okay. Ooh. That was just the prologue. They were just setting us up. What the hell? Well, so far, I'm liking the sound effects, I'm liking the art style, and this music right now is pretty fire. So, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the game plays out. So we have 3 books, each with like, several chapters. So. I might be able to skip this, but I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it. Mhm. Thank you for following Mireille Bella. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your little penguin dance. What we did. Okay. So this is the prologue from the ashes. Okay. We want the cathedral to bring hope. Yes. Agnes would accept any job offered by the bishop. True, but now she's dead, so I don't really know. You were forgiving of Alfred's behavior. I struggled to support Agnes during her childbirth. What's up? You found information about Tom's past. Okay. I don't know. When you say oops, it's me, I don't know who it's me is, and that's okay. Okay. Well, I guess we move on to chapter 1 then. Oh, Maribel, hi, Mari. Much love. Oh my god, I'm so silly. I'm now seeing the likeness between your username and your name. Wow, that was very slow of me.
The year of our Lord 1135 had come to an end.
Okay.
King Henry of England, son of William the Conqueror, had died.
Okay.
It was a time of poverty and death.
Okay.
In their despair, some had come to believe Christ and all his saints had gone to sleep,
Possible.
and that the pillars of the earth themselves had begun to crumble.
So I've never read the book either, so I don't really know.
Is there no one to welcome us?
Who goes there?
Hello.
You just crossed the bridge, right?
Yeah. Did you not see me?
That'll be a farthing for you and a penny for your horse.
Monks and villagers don't have to pay a toll.
Sorry, I'm not good at this. I told Brother Paul. It's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
It is not much, but I can share this with you.
Everybody's on a hard time. We gotta be kind. That's what I'm going with. We gave him all of our cheese? Man, why can't we give it like a little bit?
I hope now it will be easier for you to fulfill your duties.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
No more cheese for me.
Will you take care of my horse, brother? I've come to see Prior James.
Prior James? That's him the bells are tolling for. Leave the horse here. I'll get it down to the priory later. Fish should go nicely with that cheese.
What? Why are they ringing the bells?
Don't you know? The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
Dang.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge?
Philip's Bible. On objects to find out what the Bible tells Philip about them, or use it on people to discuss matters of faith. Fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna keep. No, I don't want the Word of God to stay in my slot. Now, I feel like we should go down, but usually Brother Paul sits there. Okay. So we need to go down to the village. We need to go see what's up. There we go. I am gonna be I can't speak. I'm gonna be doing some church things. Okay. Fiery servants are gone, so that means we should go towards. I zoomed. What? Building by the fields. Oh, the church entry's up here. Whee! Zoomed. Now they said that the bell was tolling, so. Disgrace rebel should be removed. Log. You can't judge him. Cathedral of Shiren. Alright, we should just go inside, I guess.
Why did they lock it? Maybe the side entrance is open.
So this one. No? Okay. Going all the way around then. Path around the cathedral. Yes. Cemetery. Door to the cloister. Yup.
When
Okay,
he
now we're in.
opened the sixth seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun.
We can hear him preaching in there too. Cutscene time?
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness. The pestilence that rode in on the lightning that struck our cathedral 4 years ago. Did you not all feel its presence here ever since? James did, and I did as well. But the Lord says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Our beloved Prior James has served the Lord all his life. He shall be delivered from the darkness, from this dark earth.
Prior James?
Philip.
Francis?
Shh. For many years, James has been our prior. After the upcoming election, I vow to lead Kingsbridge Priory with the same steady hand. Amen.
Amen. Debatably. I don't think I know enough to truly say amen.
Philip, we told your brother you'd come to Kingsbridge New Year's Day.
I did not expect to see you here.
I was on my way back to Gloucester and wanted to see you.
A priest working in the world of politics. You must tell us about it, Francis.
Of course.
And his brother a prior of what now? 2 years?
It's been 4 years, Cuthbert.
I see. How are things in St. John in the Forest, Philip?
Seems like a humble response.
Our little cell is happy and healthy.
We don't need a gloat.
Happy and healthy. Thanks to your brother, Francis, St. John in the Forest is prospering. His novices are obedient, his monks humble and pious, while our own priory is in such a sorry state.
You know James did the best he could. It was not his fault. Also, they make a remarkable cheese in St. John's. Come by the kitchen later to see us, will you?
Speaking of cheese.
Brother Cuthbert seemed upset.
Well, we all are. The way James died was disturbing.
Disturbing? How did Prior James die?
7 days ago, Brother Remigius found James's room empty. We all looked for him for hours. Then we found his footprints by the bridge and a hole in the ice.
Oh no.
No.
In the small hours of Christmas Day, he must have walked out on the river. We didn't even find his body. The river took him, and the cold.
I will pray for James.
Thanks,
See me when you
Francis.
have time, Philip. I will be in the cathedral.
And I should go and see how Brother Cuthbert is doing. It's good to see you, Philip. Maybe things will get better after the chapter elects the new prior.
Hopefully. I will come by the kitchen later, Milius.
Yeah. Where has Francis gone? Okay.
So what do you think it means?
I don't know. There is no reason to punish us
Ask him.
for asking.
He should know.
Why don't you?
Sorry to interrupt.
You look like you want to ask me something.
You are Philip of Gwynedd?
Yes, but you can call me Brother Philip.
You see? Told you he wouldn't mind.
Yes.
Now ask him. How about you ask him?
I already asked Brother Andrew.
Sorry, no worries.
That doesn't count. He wouldn't answer. Of course it counts.
If you promise to lower your voices from now on.
Oh, of course. We promise. Brother Milius told us you know the scripture very well. Could you tell us about God's temple?
Brother Andrew wouldn't tell us.
Must be a place. A cathedral.
That's probably what the guest master was talking about.
Andrew wouldn't tell you why.
He got very angry with us.
We had to say the Lord's Prayer 150 times.
Each of us is God's temple, for he created us.
Okay.
The guest master said Prior James destroyed God's temple.
Guest master.
And that you'll go to hell.
Prior James did not commit suicide.
But no one saw him that night. No one knows.
God knows.
I know.
God knows what sent him running out onto the ice.
They say the devil was chasing him.
Don't say his name.
I have seen brave men run, for many reasons. Never have I seen the devil. So we should not make room for him, neither here nor in our hearts. All right?
Yes, Brother Philip.
Thank you, Brother Philip.
So, again, we're all God's temple.
All of us.
Yep.
Because God created us in his image. That's why we can all pray to him.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
Look at map. Ooh, the art style of this is fun. Okay. Whole hut. Clearing, guest house, mill. So this, I kind of want to go to the cemetery and the river then. The crypt could also be fun. And House of the Prior. Maybe something's in there too. Okay. We're gonna head towards the House of the Prior. And then the cemetery and river. And they later wanted me to go to the kitchen too. So, I don't know if there's like, I don't know how the passage of time works in this though. Hi, pony. How do I get to the prior's house? We have to walk around. Nah. House of the prior.
I asked not to be disturbed.
Brother Remigius, I'm sorry I interrupted your service.
You mean Prior James's service?
Quite so. I heard he fell through the ice. Horrible.
Yes. I was the one who found his rosary by the river. Now let me continue my work.
We're an inquire.
Why would Prior James walk out onto the river at night?
He was chased.
Chased? By whom?
The accuser.
But why would the devil be chasing him?
Better to not get involved in all this. Hmm? Don't you have your own priory cell to run?
Ooh, is there some corruption going on? Yum, yum, yum. I don't want him to get on bad terms with me, so take what I can. I can probably come back another time after, you know, he's kind of left. He's no longer there. When he's stopped doing service. Hi, person.
Brother Ronaldus, how are you?
Huh? What?
How are you? Are you well?
Oh, Brother Philip. Yes, I am well. It's just that the dead won't stay in the ground.
What?
The dead. It's probably those badgers always digging up the graves.
Interesting.
My father gave the priory a good deal of land to keep me fed. I won't eat salted fish all day.
Me neither.
Shall we go into the cellar again tonight?
Yes, Brother Marcus. You still have old Cuthbert's keys?
Indeed I do. I hid them right in the church. Stuffed them in the large crack in the wall.
I could do some crack stuffing myself.
I bet you could.
A crack in the cathedral. Yup. They're confessing without knowing it. They sure are. Go around to the mill.
We don't need to go to church for that.
Crack in the wall.
No,
In the crypt?
we are the temple.
But why a church then? Why cathedrals?
Wait, isn't it? Oh, there's a lot. Okay. Is that the roof? Okay. Crack in the wall.
The novice said he hid the keys in here. They're here. I have them.
Gates. Fantastic. Okay. Let's talk to whoever this is. Francis. Okay. Oh, yes, Francis. Who wants to talk to him anyways? It's on good footing.
I'm happy to see you, little brother.
It's good to see you too, Philip. Your hair is starting to get a bit grey.
Yours isn't. At least in this one case, I will be the one to boldly charge ahead of you.
You've always been bold. You just don't admit it to yourself.
Francis, what are you doing here?
King Henry is dead.
I know. Word reached St. John's shortly before I left.
First the king, and now Prior James.
Let's remain hopeful.
God has a plan.
I know he does, but King Henry's death caused quite a commotion in the world of politics. Dark times are coming. There will be war.
Francis notes about the late King Henry, Empress Maud, and King Stephen, Part 1, dated 1st of January, 1136. For many years, our late King Henry had been without an heir. His only legitimate son, as well as several other relatives, had drowned while crossing the English Channel one night in 1120. Finally, his daughter Maud gave birth to a boy. It was Henry's last wish that his infant grandson would continue his reign as Henry II once the boy came of age. Until that day, his mother, the daughter of the king, would rule in his place. Despite being the rightful heir to the throne, Empress Maud is viewed unfavorably by most of our Norman overlords. The reason is Maud's marriage to Geoffrey of Anjou. The county of Anjou and the duchy of Normandy have been rivals for a long time. A rivalry that now is about to become a war, taking place right here in England. Oops, I did not want to do that. Take me back to that document. The county of Anjou, for Maud's cousin Stephen of Blois has now crossed the channel from Normandy and taken the throne by force. Okay.
only we could stop the suffering.
Maybe we can. I came not just to meet you.
Oh.
I was sent to look for a messenger of my lord, Earl Robert.
Here? In Kingsbridge?
Farmers said the messenger was heading for Kingsbridge 2 weeks ago. The knight was carrying a confidential document that might change the course of the conflict. People here trust you. Maybe the monks here know something?
Okay.
We will find him.
One more thing. No one can know why we're looking for the knight.
Weird. Let's see if we can go through the store now. Nope, okay. What's there? Looks like something's here, but... James Grave. Oh. Crypt. Yes. Take me there. Should be able to unlock it with their keys. Or maybe we didn't need them.
Let's see what we can find. No reason to be afraid. Nothing.
Yeah.
These old cathedrals are bound to make strange sounds. Thought so. Nothing here.
We're looking at these ruins.
Nothing
We're searching
here.
the heck out of this
The
crypt.
saint rests in peace.
Good. He deserves it. Maybe. Maybe he doesn't. Okay.
Hello? No. No one. Not a thing. No strange sounds or sights.
Is it back here?
No strange sounds or sights. Hello?
Oh?
Oh!
What? What even is that? Is that like a hand? Oh, it's a bird. Okay.
What is that?
We use the Bible to learn about it, supposedly.
The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? What is that? It's the size of a child.
It's like a monkey like that. But earlier it
Hello?
looked like a bird when it was coming across.
Oh! Oh. An owl. Just an owl.
Symbols of wisdom. Hey, you want some cheese crumbs? No. Okay. What's my Bible say about owls?
I will contemplate this later.
Okay. Okay, he's gonna keep hissing at us, essentially.
God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep.
Okay.
The keys will not be of much help.
Okay. But will it choose cloth?
The cloth is useless, at least right now.
Okay. One of the 49 martyrs.
The saint rests in peace. God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep.
Yep.
The saint rests in peace.
Okay. I doubt he.
No sign of the messenger.
Okay. Why is it still giving me? Because as you can see, like, all the other little yellow guys have kind of, like, gone away. But there's still one.
Maybe Milius or Cuthbert know more about the night.
Okay.
Maybe Milius or Cuthbert know more about the night.
Mm-hmm. I gotta do something about this owl, man.
I will contemplate this later.
Contemplating later, okay. Nope. The owl despises us. Okay, well, it's not preventing us from leaving, so I guess we'll go. We can come back to it later. I don't know. Main gate, sure. Alrighty. Into the cloister, I guess.
Why do we create temples if we are the temple? Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a greater temple?
Sure.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
Yeah. So, we're near the mill right now. Does that mean we should go back to try and get into the chapter house or the guest house? Let's check the mill first, though. The sheep. Thanks.
Why is this locked?
We have some keys, though. Okay. Beyond repair. Words. Inspect. Words carved in January. Brothers, I have to leave. I have not found God to be here with you. The cane of Subprior Remigius shall never again hit my back. Never again. Maybe I shall find God elsewhere. Thomas. Well, Sir Remigius, we know he's a little bad guy now. You know, hitting people with his cane, apparently. Is Thomas the one who died? Guys, I have really bad memory. Is he the one who went and got yoinked by the river? Or am I thinking of James? I feel like it was James that got yoinked.
Don't say that.
Why not?
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the cathedral. It feeds us.
Room.
We are people of God.
Chapter house, yes.
What we have to ask ourselves is, can our Saint Adolphus still protect Kingsbridge in these dark times?
He couldn't protect Prior James.
Okay, so it was James, not Thomas.
Ever since that lightning struck the cathedral, he wasn't the same.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic. By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior and I will support you in this.
So for modern times, I would dismiss it, but I want to try and get
A
people's
new
good sides so I
relic
can
might
get more
also
information.
attract more pilgrims.
Philip of Gwynedd, I wanted to talk to you. How dare you disturb Brother Remigius' requiem?
I'm afraid the choir is waiting for me.
Stay, brother. There's no reason you shouldn't hear what Philip has to say for himself.
I beg your forgiveness. I didn't know.
I beg your forgiveness. I was overwhelmed when I heard Prior James passed.
You should know better. I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here we adhere to the rules.
What the fuck?
You mentioned a new prior.
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter meeting.
Okay, this is the last of the cheese that I should be eating. Yeah, why not?
Brother Andrew, have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
Aside from the ones that visited for Christmas? No. If there had been an official guest, I would know. And no one stayed at our guest house.
Okay.
Let us continue this conversation later.
Of course. There's a lot of planning for me to do for the upcoming election.
Okay.
Yet we need to eat too. We come together here.
Press this. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. Look. I want to focus
I see.
on
The
Kingsbridge.
temple to feed.
See, so this is showing me the entirety of Shiring, not.
Yes. We must take good care of us. And our cathedral. We must.
Okay. Let's go this way. We should check out the guest house. Kitchen door. Guest house.
No need to lock the guest house.
So why can't I go in?
Philip!
Brother Milius.
Come! Warm yourself by the oven.
Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, Brother Cuthbert.
Okay, there's a lot.
Milius, why do you keep a beautiful pot like this around?
Why the frick not?
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for order and beauty.
Okay.
I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start a new garden.
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
The cloth is useless, at least right now.
Damn, I can't collect stuff for myself.
Hard at work, as usual, Milius?
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day, we even have poultry.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's, Philip. We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. May the Lord rest his soul. What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the mother house.
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius? Put things right.
Remigius is going to come next.
Maybe we underestimate Remigius.
He's about to burn all the books and documents in the prior's room, including the priory's ledgers.
That's not good.
Remigius says James asked for everything to be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
And how the fuck would he know?
What?
I don't believe that.
Without the ledgers, the priory's finances will be beyond saving. Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refuse. I'm too old.
Damn.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps. Not since he began talking to the devil.
What?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if they were standing side by side. He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins?
I have no idea.
Did you see a knight in Kingsbridge?
You mean, aside from the nobles attending the Christmas service? No, I don't remember any knights visiting us.
I mean, he never got here.
We'll talk more later.
Cellar room.
Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting for you. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St. John's.
Unfortunately, I gave it away.
I gave it to one of your novices.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Prior James was a kind man, but the priory is in a terrible state, Philip.
Philip knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about these matters.
We should be rich. The priory has much land and collects from many parish churches. But we are in debt. Our novices steal from us, Philip.
The novices are stealing?
Yes, someone took my keys. Remigius blames me for losing them. But someone used them to steal food from the cellar more than once. Today I found something missing again.
What? Found your keys.
Cuthbert, I believe I found your keys.
Where did you find them?
The thief hid them in the cathedral.
That is a sacrilege. Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
About the keys.
Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
Let's inquire about the night.
Has there been a night to Kingsbridge recently?
Milius, wasn't there a poor soul found dead before Christmas?
I don't know if he was a knight.
He was put to rest in the cemetery.
The cemetery? That was the right thing to do.
Check out the cemetery again.
Let us continue another time, Brother Cuthbert.
Of course.
Wonderful.
I always put some extra stones on the stove to warm up water. Put one in your pocket, and you'll keep warm.
Oh? Ouch!
Careful, they're hot.
Oh, hey, we could use our clock.
Nice and warm, and I didn't burn my hands, Milius.
I knew you could do it.
Sarcasm in the tone. Okay. I'm really liking this art style. It's very nice and well done. Alright, into the cove and to scour the cemetery. What's over here? Alright, let's go.
Rotten edges. We used to eat them. Now, they're eating us.
Yeah. Body.
We should go to shiring sometime. Heard they have a big-titted harlot there. One that would even do you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait for me to like zoom in onto Kingsbridge. No. Okay. We'll have to could try the Priory again. I don't know if Remigius is still in there though. He might just freaking be like.
What is it? Can you not see that I'm working?
Did a knight come to Kingsbridge within the last few weeks?
Of course. Even the bishop and the earl were here for the Christmas service. I held the sermon.
And the week before?
That week I was not here. Andrew Sacrist and I travelled to Shiring to hire cooks and buy food for our guests.
I see.
Yeah,
Brother Marcus stole Cuthbert's keys.
Brother Marcus. I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me. Theft is something we cannot take lightly.
True.
You really believe the devil killed the prior?
Some of the brothers do, and I respect their beliefs. You may never know what happened, and that's that.
You seem too,
Now let me get back to my work.
guarded about this.
About the keys that were stolen by Brother Marcus.
I will deal with him. You were right to report this to
Brushing
me.
me off. What the heck? Dang. Yeah, we need to wait for him to leave the room at some point. If he ever does. I don't know. I'm getting the sense that he might never leave. So, we'll see. Okay, there's the stables.
Oh.
Are we truly unable to enter the guest house?
Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. No need to lock the guest house.
Yeah, I want to go in the guest house. Okay, we're gonna go out the front. Back around to the mill. Road towards the north. Village of...
Hello? I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty. Careful, Brother Cuthbert will get in trouble if I lose them. Careful, Brother Cuthbert will get in trouble if I lose them. Maybe Milius or Cuthbert know more about the night.
Go back to the south. A little bit. We'll go to the hut. Hey, look at the hut. Somebody's there. Fantastic.
Brother Paul?
Philip. Ouch.
Here, Paul.
Oh. Ouch. Oh. A hot stone. Ah.
I didn't even need to ask him about his foot.
It's a mercy, Philip. Thank you.
Remigius should give you a fire, or not have you sit here at all.
I don't really mind. Winter is bound to end sometime. Philip, If you ever run into trouble with Remigius, be careful to answer him. Do not stay silent.
Silent?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. He becomes weak and defensive. It's not fitting for a sub-prior, let alone prior.
What's wrong with your foot, Brother Paul?
Oh, just a chilblain. It will ease when the spring comes, and the hot stone really helps, Philip.
You should have a fire.
It's all right. It's not that cold.
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food or shelter.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us. Only the sinners perish.
No, the poor perish. And those that he has freezing out here.
Don't say anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining, he'll be displeased.
Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
A knight?
I don't know anything.
Oh,
At least he said
yes.
something about dying.
He was just lying by the road, just a mile away from the priory. He must have fallen from his horse.
Where is he now?
He died. We buried him in the cemetery.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak.
Find anything.
But the look in his eyes told me he was afraid. I held his hand and prayed with him while he died.
Did the knight have anything with him?
There was a letter. I gave it to Prior James. Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. James insisted that all his books and documents shall be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
I heard about this. I think that would be unwise.
Sometimes I wonder if it was because of that letter. A few days later, Prior James fell through the ice. Right here, Philip. Maybe I brought a curse on Kingsbridge.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Have faith in the Lord, Brother Paul. You did well.
Thank you, Philip.
Yes, it's all holed up in there, watching guard. Lying down along the road. Go this way a little bit.
That would be a waste. I look forward to my next sermon at St. and to seeing my flock. James, I pray for you that when you stand before God, He will look upon you with mercy. Rest in peace. The letter is not around here. Brother Remigius might know where it is.
Yeah, his brother Remigius gonna fucking tell us. I don't think so. Let's go to the path north.
The letter is not around here. Brother Remigius might know where it is.
Brother Remigius shit. I'm just saying though. Oh, it's a cutscene. Oh, it's just for me. Okay. Yeah. I feel like Remigius ain't gonna do shit though. Quite truthfully.
This will not help to get hold of the letter.
Oh.
I would like to take a look at Prior James's documents.
And why is that, Brother Philip?
Well, our little cell has given much to the Mother House. I would like to ensure that all is accounted for.
So you do not trust us, Philip, is that it?
The state of this priory...
The state of this priory is the concern of the Prior of Kingsbridge.
Which ain't fucking
I still would like to see the prior's documents.
They will be burned tonight.
I heard about that.
It was Prior James's last wish. I'm following his request.
Even Paul
But
said that, so I can't
the
even call
new
him.
prior will be lost without the ledgers and contracts.
After the election, I'll be the new prior.
For now, you are not. Only the chapter meeting can decide on these matters.
Of course. Brother Andrew will surely understand why you would go against James's last request.
The sacrist must organize a chapter meeting. Okay.
About the chapter meeting.
Oh, talk to Brother Andrew. He will be just as pleased as me to have you around.
Damn,
Now
so
leave.
not at all. Let's go in.
There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't. They won't sing.
It's Adolphus.
There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him crying in the crypt. I think I heard him too.
No, you are mistaken.
It sounded like a whip, like he was chastising himself. It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is nothing and no one down there.
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace. It was just an owl.
I told you it was nothing.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now, be silent, concentrate, and...
Thank you for your help.
How could I not help you? You're my little brother.
I knew I could rely on you. Philip, have you found something yet?
Not yet. I will see what I can do.
It's getting cold. When will these novices learn to close the door?
I found some beech nuts.
Ah, we will grow a beech tree then.
Wonderful.
If we ever get round to starting the garden.
I'm sure you will. Milius, may I have a word with you?
What can I do for you, Brother Philip?
Prior James had a document I would like to see.
It's probably amongst the things that Remigius is going to burn.
Oh, no.
He's in the prior's room. Maybe you can talk him out of it.
Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert. No one else dared, not since he... You look like you have something in... I'll be here if you need me.
Cathedra, it is not for me to take that seat.
Sure, that cemetery again, I guess. See if you can, like, body grave. Oh, this is where the chapter house is. Okay.
Brother Andrew, what is it now? We can't allow Prior James's books to be burned.
That, Philip, was Prior James's wish.
This priory is in debt, and without the ledgers and documents, that will never change. Besides, the wisdom in his books is priceless.
It is not up to you to make decisions in this priory, Brother Philip.
So, that's why.
Do not domineer over those in your charge, but be an example to the flock.
1 Peter chapter 5. You are right. You shall argue your case in front of the brothers in a chapter meeting today.
Thank you.
When I'm done here, I will tell all the monks to come to the chapter house.
Would it help if I went and told some of them?
Feel free to do that. But I insist that the choir finishes practicing before we start. They're already behind schedule.
Time to fucking run around with our head cut off again. So, we can go to Remigius's. They're right here, so. Stop this up here I wonder, can I... It's a little bit easier to talk. Call Remigius. Remigius. Guess fucking what?
I asked not to be disturbed.
Sad.
About the chapter meeting.
Oh. Talk to Brother Andrew. He will be just as pleased as me to have you around.
Already
Now
did.
leave.
F you.
You look like you want to say something.
What is it? It was good talking to you, Milius.
Good talking to you as well.
Brother Caspers.
Philip.
About the keys.
Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I already have.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
About the keys.
Will you?
I already have.
Keep them.
I'm looking for a document that was given to Prior James.
It's probably in the prior's room.
I will leave you to your work.
Thank you for your help.
How could I not help?
Go talk to Paul, I guess. Brother Paul?
Brother Paul, a word. Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
Yes. Just a mile. He must have...
Where is he now? Did he have a name?
He could... I held his hand and prayed.
Did the knight have anything with him?
Remigius James insisted, except for his Bible. Some a few days, Philip.
How could a letter bring harm?
The word of God brings salvation. But what if the devil took to writing? What then?
Want to finish chapter 1 today?
ready for the chapter meeting, Brother Philip? If you have any other business to take care of in Kingsbridge, do it now. The meeting could take a long time.
The chapter meeting is more important. And this is why Prior James's wish must not be honoured. Kingsbridge Priory would be beyond saving without financial records.
I think we have all understood the reason for your concern, Brother Philip. But before we come to a decision, let us hear other voices of concern.
I would like to know why you would doubt the wisdom in Prior James's decision.
Maybe you didn't know him as well as we did, Philip. I can say I knew him well. We all here knew him.
I knew him well, and I know he would agree with me.
Philip, you are going too far. I will tell the bishop about this.
Brothers,
now, let him speak.
Brothers, please, let's hear what he has to say.
Oh, heavens.
Hear him out, brothers. I was stubborn as well, but he made me see it.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do.
Milius.
I owe James much. He was the one who asked me to take care of St. John in the Forest.
One of the most prosperous cells in all of Shiring, if not England.
It was a wise decision, then.
But his last wish was not? Well, was it? What are you waiting for? Answer me.
Is walking on thin ice wise?
Who does he think he is?
May the Lord forgive him. He knows not what he is saying. No. Philip was very hesitant to talk about the state of this priory with me. Usually, he is as careful in his words as he is in his actions.
Yes. Philip asked us a question. Was it wise to walk out onto the ice?
God was testing Prior James.
I say the devil chased him. Do you doubt that? Do you doubt that, Philip? Surely you must have an answer.
If the Lord tested James, then he is testing all of us. I trust the Lord. So did James. And so should all of you. He was misguided when he walked onto the ice that night, as he was misguided in his last wish. Whatever or whoever misguided him.
Maybe it wasn't the devil. We've never seen him.
The novices would be better advised not to speak up.
Philip is a good man. He was the only one to say I should have a fire.
But did he do anything besides talk?
Yes. He brought me a hot stone.
That's our Philip.
Very well, Philip. But why don't you tell us the real reason you have come before us? You not only came to save these books, you have another motivation, do you not?
I am here only to help this priory.
This priory, of course. I say it is not a coincidence that he should make his voice heard now, shortly after James's passing and before the elections.
Oh, excuse
What are you
me,
saying, Brother Remigius?
I already have a priory.
This is not about James. It is about him. He wants to be prior.
Priory. Why would I
No.
want this one?
I came here to talk to James.
I think that is a wonderful idea.
What?
I nominate Philip of Gwynedd to be the new prior of Kingsbridge.
Hold up, Milius. Hold up, Milius. We don't need to be doing that.
Disagree with that.
Well, yes, obviously, much.
Excellent choice.
What about Remigius?
That's surprising.
Great
Probably
idea.
Philip.
Brother Philip, do you accept the nomination?
Find out what's going on, so I guess, yes.
Thank you for your kind offer. But we would not want to impose on you, Brother Remigius.
Oh, but I insist. I will help you.
No, you really must not. We will see you later. Thank you.
It is a black screen for me too, by the way.
We don't have much time. Evening Mass will begin soon.
Should I not have accepted the nomination?
You've never been good at saying no. And Milius is right. Kingsbridge needs you.
What about St. John's?
Exactly, we also have
I will ride there tomorrow. I will let them know you will be staying in Kingsbridge for a few days.
Thanks, Francis.
Thanks to you, these documents and books will not be burned. Now, we have to find that letter.
You truly think the letter can help prevent a war?
If the message says what I think it says, then yes, I do.
That is the second set of notes. Our new King Stephen is supported by most of our Norman overlords and even by the church. His younger brother Henry is Bishop of Winchester, one of the most important priests in all of England. He made Stephen swear on an oath to reserve power to the church, which had little influence on political affairs under King Henry. A good day for the church and for us. Oh, a pigeon just landed at my window. Hold on. Can I get a picture of him? Stay there for just a second. Don't leave yet. Hello, little guy. Here, I'll show you. Look, you just flew up straight to my window. Look at this man. He's still sitting there. He's still chilling. Okay. Well, oh, my cat just saw him fly away. Too late. Too late, Nessie. You missed your chance. Okay, anyways. Good day for the church and for us. The trouble is that my Lord Earl Robert of Gloucester is one of the king's bastards. He wants to see his half-sister Maud on the throne, believing that she would rely on his guidance and advice during her reign. In the name of Empress Maudie and his allies have formed a rebellion against King Stephen. Not long now, and there will be war.
Now, let us look for the letter.
Throw. Okay.
James spent much time writing in the last 10 years. Instead of a prior, he became more of a recluse.
That is what you monks do, isn't it?
Damn.
It used to be. The handwriting on this tablet is hardly legible. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. Did Prior James write this?
Let's continue looking.
Francis, I think I found it.
In the Bible?
Revelations.
It's true, 'cause
The
he didn't want his
Apocalypse
Bible
of
to
St.
be
John.
burned.
And they called to the mountains and rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand?" The Lamb? What was James afraid of? Was it this letter?
No, the letter is still sealed. Break the seal.
Letter dated December 18th, 11:35. Robert of Gloucester, name the day, and we will be ready to shed blood in the name of Empress Maud. I and my bondsmen will ride against Stephen of Blois. We do not start the war, but we shall unleash it. Stephen himself started it, the day he betrayed King Henry's daughter and took her throne. He and those who swore loyalty to him. It's not.
Oh, this is it. You found it.
Okay.
The Earl of Shiring is about to start a war.
Yes. He's made contact with my own master, Earl Robert of Gloucester.
Who is this King Stephen that has taken the throne?
A nephew of King Henry. Do you ever think of the day our parents died?
Now what's this about?
Francis, you know I don't like to talk of that.
I know. It's just that I think of them all the time. And I've always blamed King Henry. The church suffered under his rule as much as we did in Wales. Philip, you have to show this letter to the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
The Bishop of Kingsbridge? Why?
Our late King Henry was opposed to Rome's influence in England. King Stephen, on the other hand, swore to preserve the rights and privileges of the church, and we can help him if you tell the bishop to protect Stephen.
That's Francis's motives.
You want the bishop to help the new king, King Stephen?
I want a king who supports the church. I want these dark times to end. I want to stop the Earl of Shiring from starting a war. He could set the whole of England on fire. My lord the Earl of Gloucester can never know what I was doing here. You must not tell the truth about how or where you got this letter. Don't tell anyone I was involved.
You refuse.
I have already lied for you. I will not do it again.
Lied? You simply said you were here to help this priory.
I lied. I told everyone I just wanted to save Prior James's documents.
Not mentioning the letter was an act of diplomacy.
I'm not like you. I'm not a diplomat. I'm a simple monk. Who am I to talk to a bishop? I cannot and will not do this.
I understand. I will ride to St. John's and tell your monks you will stay in Kingsbridge until the election. And then I must find a way to get this letter into the hands of the bishop.
My brother's on his own. This holds me in contempt. And I found the message in the mill. Chapter 1 complete. Let's see. How long have we been live for? Hours. Ooh, this is our other character. Ooh. Forest. So there's Kingsbridge. We're... Don't know. Ooh, there's blood. It's fun. Sigh, do we end it here, chat? Do we end it here for the day? Let's see. Next time, I'll be able to be live as Friday, the 26th. So I think that means... I think we're gonna take a pause here, guys. We finished the prologue and chapter 1. I think that is pretty good. Yeah. Glad we loaded that, otherwise I would have had to go back and do all that again. Okay. Okay.
think that is where we're gonna end it for today. We made it to chapter 2 of the first section. As you kind of saw on that title screen, it has like 1, 2, and 3, and there's several chapters within each act. I know Ken Follet's Pillars of the Earth is one book, so at least that's my understanding, anyways. But next time you guys will see me will be on Friday. I don't know what time on Friday I'll end up streaming. It'll probably be around the same time as today, which was 2 p.m. EST. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. If you missed any part of this, this will still be up on Twitch for about a week, and I'll be working on uploading this to my YouTube VODs channel, which you can find the link to in my Twitch channel kind of information. So thanks again for being here, guys, and I hope to see you guys on Friday.